how to get massive subscribers onto your YouTube channel by utilizing ads. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5-step process where you get to see behind the scenes to how it's done so that you can model it, copy it, and deploy it for yourself. Now, step 1 is about shooting the actual ad. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you an example of how that's done exactly right now. Okay, Okay, this might be one of the weirdest ads that you might have ever seen, but here's the thing. If you're somebody that's always wanted to discover how to build an online business, make money online, and doing it the legitimate way, then all you gotta do is, and the reason here's why it's weird, okay? It's because there's literally nothing for sale. This is Peng Joon with my team over here, and what we'd love to be able to show you is behind the scenes to how to build a real online business. And if that is something you've always wanted to do, then right now what you want to do is just click on this link where you're going to subscribe to my channel, and that's it. And that's the reason why this is literally one of the weirdest ads that you will ever see, because there's nothing for sale. We're not here to sell you anything. All we're asking you to do, and here's the catch, if there is one, if you consider this a catch. The catch is to give you so much value that eventually one day you'll realize that you'll want to work together with us because we've given you so much value. So that's all you need to do. Click on this subscribe link below and watch our videos. Okay, cool. 1 minute. Well done. Andrew, you were brilliant. I know it's all orchestrated. So that's how it's done. Okay, so step number 1 is shooting that YouTube video. All I did was, what was it? It was, number 1 was a pattern interrupt. Why is it different? It's different because the video starts off with people scrolling, and then all of a sudden they see a bunch of pissed off faces. And that's what stops the scroll. What did I do next? Number 2 is I gave them the payoff. If you are somebody that's looking to build an online business, make money online, right? Get more leads, get more sales. So what would that payoff be for you? Number 3 was when I went against the grain. Against the grain meaning it's not conventional. I said, look, we've got nothing to sell you, and the catch, if you call it the catch, is to just give you amazing value so that one day you might come to us, want to work with us. After I did that, after I established credibility, that was when I had the call to action again. So that's pretty much it. So that's step number 1. You got to shoot your video. You can model what it is that we did. But let's talk about what number 2 would be next. Now that we have shot the ad, that takes us to step number 2. So what we're going to be utilizing is we're going to go to the whiteboard over here and walk you through the 5 steps. So what have we done? Number 1 is to shoot the video. The next thing is number 2 is all about utilizing and thinking about your channel targeting. So what does that mean? It means this. Right now in your market, in your niche, in your industry, there are all these other YouTubers and channels and celebrities and authors in your marketplace who already have some sort of following or some sort of reach or visibility. So what you want to do then is to think about where your ad should appear, on what channels, on what videos, that is very similar to your topic, right? So that now if they're watching their videos, their channel, then your ad would appear as the pre-roll. So you want to think about that targeting, and you want to have a good mix where you're going to spend, say, $5 on these different channels, or $10 on all these different channels, or $100, so depending on how aggressive you want to be, on all these different channels to start seeing which type of channels give you a better ROI. So start thinking, listing down all these different channel types that's very similar to what it is that you want to be talking about. And then from step number 2, step number 3 is you're gonna create an analysis. Now what's gonna happen is you're gonna realize that some channels naturally perform better than others, either because they're more targeted, either because they have some sort of following where it's cheaper, perhaps because of the demographics, because of specific countries. Now obviously if you target people living in the US, it's going to be a whole lot more expensive than, say, people living in a developing or third world country, right? So that's when you want to start analyzing and seeing the difference in what is your cost per subscriber for the different channels that you target. Now, once you start analyzing, you're going to realize that some perform better than others. Some you might want to avoid completely because it might not have the right message to market match. So start analyzing, start seeing the numbers, and then what you're going to be doing is from those initial numbers, that is how you start scaling. So how do you start scaling? Well, from this initial numbers, you're gonna take a look at the channels that did better than before. You gotta start seeing and start thinking about how do you want to go on the offensive and start doubling down on the ones that did well for you. So in other words, if we were to go back to this portion over here, right? So it starts off with this is your campaign level, and we're gonna roll this out together. Okay, you're gonna see behind the scenes to how that's done. Okay, we're gonna roll out the campaign, which is under the campaign, there would be the different channels. Right now, that's where we're at. So these would be the different channels. And below these channels, you would have the different ads. So this could be video ad variation number 1, number 2, number 3. What you just saw was one video ad. Now eventually, what you want to do in order to start scaling is to start customizing your message, your call to action based on the channel that you are targeting. So let me explain. So I talk about all these different things, right? I talk about social media, I talk about sales, I talk about business, I talk about operations, I talk about motivation, mindset, lots of stuff. But I know that if I created a customized message to target the different channels, so let's say I want to target, say, Grant Cardone's audiences. I know that chances are his people, because he talks about sales all the time, it would probably be a better message to market match is if I crafted a video ad that talked more about sales. So it would come from the angle of, say, if you're somebody that would like to automate and systematize your sales process, or if you're somebody that's looking to sell instead of one-to-one to one-to-many, then all you gotta do is subscribe to my channel where I'm gonna be showing you how do you create effective pitches so you can use them on sales letters, sales videos, presentation, online and offline, right? So that's how I start creating a better message to market match in order to start scaling. So I started with just one broad generic video, but what I'm eventually doing is I start scaling across all these different channels. And the way you start scaling, that brings us to our final step, number 5, is creatives. Now, ultimately, when you have something that works, what you want to do then is just to focus on more creatives, more angles, more hooks to start creating a customized message for all these different channels, but most importantly, to avoid ad fatigue. Now, what is ad fatigue? Fatigue is like being tired after a while, right? So after the algorithm tires out, what happens then is that people start seeing the same ads over and over again, the same pre-roll ad. And when that happens, then the natural thing that's gonna happen is somebody's just gonna keep pressing skip ad. Why? It's because they're seeing the same thing over and over again. So just imagine like the ad that we shot just now, right? Can you imagine the first time somebody sees it, they'll be like, what's going on here? Why are all these weird people looking at me like that? Why are they looking at me funny? That's the pattern interrupt. But can you imagine if they start seeing that and they watch the entire thing? The second time is not gonna be anywhere effective. The third time, fifth time, 10 times, they're blinded by it. Right? So this is what this step is about. Step number 5, in order to sustain and continue scaling, you just gotta create different angles, different hooks, different creatives, and continue this process. That's basically how you would run a YouTube ad. However, I know that one of the things that we did not cover so far is how do you actually do this on Google AdWords, and what are the results? What is the cost per subscription? Now, literally, I'm doing this together with you guys, so you guys get to see behind the scenes. But if you would like to see what actually happens, first of all, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And if you enjoyed these type of behind the scenes videos that I do with my team. But much more than that, if you would like to see the results, the cost per subscriber, how this exact ad is going to do, because we're going to be running it today itself, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel where I'm going to be showing you, well, you'll be notified whenever we release the next video. So subscribe to the channel, let me know in the comments below, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.